Hi, I didn't see you there. My name is Professor Emily Egan Rowe, and we are going to be doing statics this semester. Before we get started, I wanted to tell you about myself. I'm originally from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Tulsa, Oklahoma?
The Sooner State. Whatever that is.
And I lived outside of Kansas City before moving to Chicago 2 years ago. I went to Oklahoma State University for my undergraduate degree, and to the University of Arkansas for grad school. My degree is in biological systems engineering, and I was a civil engineer for 6 years, doing things like floodplain mapping, water treatment, and lead service line removal. I also have hobbies, such as traveling, eating new foods, playing video games, eating new foods, reading about the Jonas Brothers. Hi, puppy. Eating new foods, and occasionally running to work off all those foods. Now that you know more about me, please tell me about you.
So now that you know a little bit about me, I'd like to get to know you all a little bit better too. So if you wouldn't mind, please go to our D2L. This is where you can find all of the information for this class. I know some of other schools may use Canvas or Blackboard or other things, but at Oakton we use D2L. So if you go to d2l.oakton.edu, you can log in with your credentials there, and you'll come to our homepage where you access everything you need for this class. Our class is this Engineering 211 Statics. If you click on here, it has this nice picture of the bridge. You'll see maybe an announcement or something down here. But what you'll have is everything you'll need for this course. Let me bring this back down so you can see it a little bit better. Your content here is going to have everything that you need for this class, including the first things that I want to see. So again, I want to know more about you, so please make a short video telling me a little bit about yourself. It doesn't have to be some produced thing like I made. You can just literally record it right in here. You can go to the intro video. I just want to know like your name and your major and just see your face. And you can record the video right in here. You can just click record video. It'll do it through your phone or webcam or whatever it is. And then you can just submit that. So that'll be your very first assignment in this class. Should be a really easy, free points, basically, right? Have a free assignment before we get into any of the real engineering work in this class. So some other things to kind of highlight in this D2L while we're in here. You don't have to find everything through content. Like, for example, that video assignment you could also find here through assignments. So intro video is the first one. And this is also where you'll upload your homeworks. So you can find your homeworks here. Here's the attachment for the first one. You can see what it looks like. And you'll also submit your homeworks through here. There are going to be 2 types of homeworks that you'll have. So if we come to our homework tab here, you have written assignments, which are written out and uploaded through the D2L. They go in that assignments tab. And then you'll also have homeworks through the Mastering Engineering. And these are going to be like a lot more problems. These are all done through the computer so that they're automatically graded for you. You don't have to wait for me to grade and give you feedback like you do on the written assignments. So it kind of offers a mix of like being able to access your textbook and the guided reviews. There are some videos that the author of the textbook actually made on some of the problems in there that can really help guide you through, in addition to all of the materials that I give you. So I think this Mastering Engineering is a really good tool to be using throughout this class, in addition to like doing your homework problems in here. So for example, you'll come in through here. You have access through DDA, so it's automatically applied with your tuition and all of that. You shouldn't have to pay anything extra like through the Pearson website. It should already be taken care of through Oakton, through what you pay in your Oakton tuition and access fees. So you'll come in here and you can do your homeworks as well as your homeworks on the D2L. So let's take a look at maybe the thing you care most about as we get into this class, which is how is this class set up? How are we doing it? What are we looking at here? Which obviously you can go through the whole syllabus yourself. I just want to highlight a few things on here. I do have office hours. So anytime you want to talk with me, I'm just sitting around in a Zoom room, desperately waiting for you to talk to me. So please, if you ever want any homework help or you want to talk about anything, I'm here in my office hours. The 6 to 8 p.m. time on Mondays will probably be the most popular time to find me because it'll be like in the evening and before your homeworks are due. So my office hours, I'm always available to you. Don't hesitate to ask for anything. You want something explained more, you need help with a homework question, I'm totally happy to talk with you about anything. And then the other big point that people really want to know about in our syllabus here, if we scroll all the way down, is how do you get graded? So we've talked about the homeworks already, right? We have the mastering engineering assignments and the written assignments. Again, mastering engineering is done through that tool, and then the written assignments are submitted through the assignments tab here on D2L. And each of those are 20% of your grade, so they make up 40% of your grade in total. Your lowest homework assignment will be dropped, though, from the written assignments, and then a lot of times I'll throw an extra credit on the mastering. So there are some ways to kind of buffer your grade in this area. And then the other big portion of your grade is the exams. So we're going to have 3 exams in this class, all of which have their dates set. So we have these set dates, and they have to be taken via Zoom at 7 p.m. So these are the set dates and times for the exams. They're each worth 20% of your grade. And all of the exams are not cumulative. So exam 1 and exam 2 and exam 3 are all over each different sections of the course. So exam 1 is going to be over chapters like 1, 2, and 3, and then exam 2 is like 4 through 6, and then exam 3 is chapters 7 through 10, approximately, which will have an exam review video so you can know exactly what's covered on there. But they're not cumulative. They're just in groups, which is also how I release this course to you. So if we go back under this content tab, you'll see that I have everything broken down by weeks. And the ones that you can see right now are these first 5 weeks, and that's all of the content that's going to be on exam 1. You can kind of pace yourself if you want to work faster. You can. You can look ahead and see what the content is, everything that's covered through exam 1, but you don't have to. This is broken out by weeks so that it is paced for you. As long as you can follow along and submit your assignments on time, that's what's important, right? So each week you'll have a mastering engineering assignment, a written homework assignment, and the videos to watch. So for example, here in our first week we have, I think there's 4 videos to watch. Yeah, this video, of course, and then 4 more videos to watch. And then I also provide these notes. These notes are to help you kind of follow along in these videos as I'm talking through them. So these are blank notes, things that you can kind of fill in along the way, which is especially helpful when we do example problems, like this example here. So you don't have to try to draw this line that's existing in 3D space really quickly as I'm going through the example. Instead, it's already here for your reference. And then as the week ends, I also provide completed notes, just in case there was anything you missed. This was originally for like my in-person students who may miss class or something, and so I'll have additional notes and just things that were written in the video will now be written down here on the paper as well. Just kind of as an additional resource to you, totally optional if you want to use it. But these are my personal notes, but I do recommend using the blank ones to kind of follow along through the videos. So now that we've kind of talked about the specifics for this class at Oakton, let's talk about what this class is in general, right? What is statics? What does that even mean? Statics is really kind of your first real engineering class. And I know you may have had a graphics class or things like before this that are labeled as engineering classes, but by and large, we consider this the first real engineering class because this is the first time that we look at the mechanics of engineering. It's part of this group of mechanics series that you start in your sophomore year and goes through your junior year that kind of gives you the groundwork, the base knowledge that you need to know so that you can go out and design things that actually work, right? So we can think about this class as like the algebra that you have to learn before you can go do calculus. It's not the most exciting stuff in the world. It's a lot of applied physics, but it's really, really important base knowledge so that you can go and make educated designs as you go through your upper years and through your engineering career. So statics, what we look at in this class is something called equilibrium. So basically statics just means not moving, right? It's static. It is not going anywhere. It is something that is just sitting in equilibrium. Nothing's moving. And we're going to be looking at a lot of forces. So it's going to be similar to your physics class in looking at forces and gravity and weights and how those interact with each other. Concepts like friction are going to come back up. We'll have centroids and moments of inertia and calculating like how something can stay in place, maximum weights of things. It's a very foundational course. All it is really just how does stuff not move? How do we calculate stuff that doesn't move, which we need to do before we can calculate stuff that does move, right? So it's especially like a base class for civil engineers. We'll use it a lot, but you'll see it in pretty much all of the branches of engineering, except for maybe like your computer engineers, maybe your electrical engineers aren't using this so much, but it's a really good base foundational knowledge. If we go and look at what your educational career looks like in engineering school, this is typically like your first semester, sophomore year type of class. If we go, you can Google for any university you're interested in. They often have these flowcharts. So this is UIUC. Their flowchart for their engineering degree. This one is the mechanical engineering degree. And it lays out pretty much exactly what you take in every semester in an ideal world, right? Nobody's actually following this to a T. This is just kind of an ideal look at what engineering school might look like. So you can see that statics is a required class, and it lists in the green there all of your prereqs for this. So physics and calculus are really good bases for this class. We will be doing some calculus. And then it leads into a lot of these other dynamics and design courses that you'll be taking later on. So it's kind of this first step that you take in your engineering journey. Again, it's a lot of, it'll be similar to your math and physics classes where we're working a lot of problems. But you're going to find it's a little more real world than you've talked about in your statics and physics classes, because we're going to start taking into account real situations, because that's where engineers work, right? It's applied physics. It's the real world. We are a career of public safety. We're a career that works out with real physics in the real world for the general public, right? So this is going to be your first foray into this, and it's a little tough. I'm not gonna lie. It's, nobody's going through engineering school having a really easy time. This is a time where it kind of gets real for some people. So it might be a bit difficult. So don't worry if you are feeling that. If you feel that this is difficult, it's because it is. It can be. It's where things start to get real for a lot of people. But if you put in the work, it's definitely doable, right? I mean, I made it through engineering school. Every engineer that's ever been out there has made it through engineering school. They graduate people every single year. It's not impossible, but it requires the dedication. So please just keep that in mind. And if you're ever like reaching a point where you're kind of struggling with anything, or even if you're not struggling with anything and you just want to talk about things, please reach out to me. I am here for you all semester, and I will be in contact with you more than you want, probably. But I hope we have a great semester together, and I will see you guys in the next video, and hopefully in your videos too.